what wet resource package include for the new standards, because we have updated our new package for the policy and procedure. So what it includes. Hello all and welcome back again to the more informative video from our wet resources, and today we are focusing on the new topic. New RTO standards are coming and going to be implemented soon from 1st of July, if I'm not wrong. And also, we have updated our policy and procedure. So we have package ready for all the new RTOs and existing RTOs. But now we got so many questions from them, and we have our compliance expert, our CEO, Mr. Ben Thakkar, who can answer all your questions. And first of all, thank you so much, Ben. Welcome back. How's everything going?
Thank you, Mahi. Let's get the ball rolling.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's go straight to the topic. And first question that I wanted to ask you, which we got from our clients, they're asking what wet resource package include for the new standards, because we have updated our new package for the policy and procedure. So what it includes.
Okay, great. As Mahi said, there's a new standard 2025 if it came in effect from 1st of July. So every RTO needs to be ready from that date to implement whatever mentioned in the standard for registered training 2025. Therefore, all the RTO need to update their policies, procedures, document if it's affected the student handbook, your TASs, or any other area of operation. So in a way, the RTO need to see what are the changes, where it's going to affect, and how we're going to updating our system and processes. So we continually going to meet the requirement. And I'll come to the question now that what wet resource packages are including. So we have finished the first draft of developing the policies. So the package will include all the policies required to manage all the RTO operations and also meeting the compliance requirement. That also come up with forms that connected with those policy and procedures. So for example, if there is a marketing policy and after the marketing policy, there's a form that, somebody needs to go and check is that everything is compliant and aligned with it. So the relevant form also comes with it. After that, we also think that, okay, now we are updating all those parts that's affecting some area in the student handbook. So that will also give you a student handbook as well. So those are the things that are actually covered in the package.
And when we say it's a policy and procedure manual, what sort of policies are included in the package?
Yeah, great question. So there are different types of policy. So one is for the only RTO, the standard for registered training organization. So that is one package for that. The second thing is for the RTO and CRICOs together. And you know that there's no changes in national code, but however, if you change something in, let's say, marketing policy, that also affects to the national code as well. So we thought we might need to integrate all together and give one sort of solution for the RTO client and RTO and CRICOs client as well. And the policies that are included, as I said, it covers all the operations from your marketing to pre-enrollment to enrollment, your training, the TASs policies, LLN policy, trainer policy, across like there are around 35, 40, 50 policies around that. We're going to cover every single area of RTO operation. Not only the requirement of compliance, but across the whole RTO operation, that to manage the RTO operation effectively, what are the policy, procedures, and form required.
Oh, nice. And when we are talking about the forms as well, also I wanted to ask you, like, what type of forms that RTO will be getting from this package?
Okay, great. As part of the whole process, because we take this system holistically, rather than just saying, okay, we done the policy, we don't care about the form. But it also work together. And as you know, the new standard, it's not only about you have a policy, it says about that, have you implemented, what type of evidence you have. In a way that, for example, say I have a marketing policy, but I don't have any evidence how I implement it, it's gonna be a problem. So we integrating that every policy that require form, we creating form for those things. So for example, that we developing training and assessment strategy and somebody else actually reviewing and finalizing. So we have a form for the person who reviewing, and so those evidence can retain to show that evidence to ASQA or any regulatory activity.
Very crucial question that we get from our clients, that is how RTO can update or contextualize the policy to meet their requirements.
Great questions. As you know that as an RTO, it can be some different things, and sometimes when you purchase some off-the-shelf policy, procedures, forms and all documents, you may need to slightly update. So there are the basic area and the major area. So the basic area, like you need to check the header, footer, your version control, the logos, those are the basic stuff. Another major stuff, let's say you need to check with your org chart. Said, okay, if this role is doing, for example, the marketing manager is actually checking all the marketing activity, then that policy needs to slightly change. Maybe in the policy it says compliance manager, but now in your organization this will be done by marketing manager, so you need to change those parts. Sometimes depend on what courses you have, you may need to also slightly have either a separate document that's going to meet with those requirements. But those are the basic thing that you need to do it, or also you need to read through the processes and then say, okay, are we doing this in our organization? If we're not doing it, if we're doing it something differently, then you also need to update that, because in ESCO audit or any other audit, you need to show that this is the policy and you need to show the evidence of implementation. They both need to connect together. If policy says something else and actual evidence or actual work says something else, that's going to have a problem. So those are the areas that you need to check and update those policies, procedures accordingly.
Thank you so much, Ben. And also, if you think we haven't covered anything from this question, do you want to add anything extra?
Yeah, I think the way we look at it and helping a lot of clients is, we're not only looking the policy, procedures and form. Major thing we consider that as a starting point. So I have updated policy, I have updated form. Now I'll say, now I'm going to update the student handbook. Now I know that it might going to affect slightly in my test document, and then I'll see what are the other areas under the documentation and operation this can affect, and we update all those documents. It doesn't stop here. Once you update, you have a system. Now you need to train your staff that this is the new changes, this is how we're going to do, these are the changes in our operation, this is how we're going to monitor. So when the staff is also aware with the new changes, they come on board and make sure you have the right processes, system and the evidence, so then you don't get any problem in compliance or during the operation. So these are the things that I think I would probably gonna implement it.
Thank you so much. You have pretty much covered everything, like from the client's perspective, and also the things you have also covered the things that nobody might have think about it. So thank you so much for the insight, and thank you all again. And we are going to come back soon with the more question, maybe regarding the policy or some other topic. So stay tuned to get more info.
Thank you guys. See you.
Update, train, implement, stay compliant. Call us today.